Good day, everyone. My name is Professor Jeremiah Elioso, and for our topic today, we're going to discuss about event staging, logistics, and service contractors. Okay, so to analyze event staging requirements, there are so many factors that we have to consider when staging an event. And first on the list is the staging environment. In the selection of an event venue, we must take into account the needs of all the stakeholders. So it's not just about you as the member of the events team that you will consider. Of course, there are many different teams who form part of the event. And these are the emergency services, the catering staff, the entertainers, the participants, and the clients. All of these people or group of people play a significant role in the event. So it's not only you as the event organizer that you will consider, but rather you also think of them when you stage an event. You are to consider that you need emergency services, you need first aider, you need security team to guard your event, you need caterers to provide you with food and beverage, you need entertainers to give you show and production numbers. The participants, of course, are your spectators for the event, and so is your client, which is the main group of people in which you should satisfy. The major consideration for selecting an event venue include the size of the event, including the size of the audience. In our last discussion of the event venue, you have to remember that different events call for different layout of the event. There are some events which are better off as standing, just like a concert. There are some concerts, however, though, can be done using theater style. Okay? Ibig sabihin, you're facing the performer in one direction and you're seated. Okay? There's also a layout in which you have a table in front of you, much like with a seminar. And there's also for social events wherein you have tables and chairs. So in consideration with the different types of layout, um the capacity or the audience capacity or the people who can fit into an event may vary. So this has to be considered. And more importantly now that we have a pandemic and there's a stricter protocols when it comes to staging an event because we have to consider social distancing. Then the layout of the site and its suitability for the event. Bear in mind that there are some venue which is more suitable for a certain type of event or for a certain theme of the event. And also the layout of the site, meaning to say how the different facilities of the event venue is being laid out can form a factor in considering an event venue. Then the stage, wherein it's a field of play or a performance area. Now, gone are the days wherein the stage are just but the regular rectangular in shape or square and it's in front of the auditorium. Now, since we're on the 21st century and there's so many innovations, stage right now could be a showstopper. And as we have observed in the many different events, I'm sure that you are a fan of the many different artists, and we've seen their concert, how the stage is being transformed from one shape to another. Me as a fan of Miss Universe, I've seen how their stage are can be dynamic and change from one from one year to another. I remember my favorite stage would be the Miss Universe um, 2018 when Catriona Gray won in Thailand, wherein the shape is letter X. I also like the event staging of Miss Grand International, wherein it allows more screen time and movement for the candidates. Okay, and then we consider the transport and the parking. So naturally, your guest would be commuting to the event venue, and therefore they may commute in private vehicle, or sometimes they would be transporting using or commuting using a public transport. You have to consider the accessibility of the location, and also that the event venue should have adequate parking to accommodate the needs of your guest. Then there's the proximity to location and attraction, because you have to consider that after the event, or before, during, and after the event, your guests would be needing various various things. They would be going or visiting to restaurants before, during, or after the event. They may visit different shops or store. They may wish before they head home, they want to have pasalubong, or they want to check into the hotel, or they want to go to bars or pubs. So you also consider these things. Plus, the supply issues for goods and services providers such as caterers, because you have to feed a lot of people, a lot of team members of the event. Then the technical support and venue management. An inspection of the venue or site should reveal any limitations. You have to consider that the event theme is compatible, meaning to say that the venue is compatible with the event theme. Because although we do have event stylists or caterers that would assist us in transforming an event venue to fit into the theme, but um, it's very nice that on the onset that you're aware that the choice of your venue would really fit into the desired theme and of what's going to happen in the program. Then you have to make sure that your audience is comfortable with the venue that you have chosen. And when we say comfortability, it's not just about their comfort when they see it, but rather we can also consider the proximity or the distance factor, the temperature, the humidity, things like that. And the visibility for the audience or for the line of sight, because if you would notice that's for concerts, considering of the distance, example that you have availed of the um, cheapest ticket, and then you're at the backside, um, you still get to access of a good view, because the organizers are providing you with LED screen or projection screen, so that you will also enjoy the show. Then, a good sound quality is very important, kasi yan yung nagdadala ng event. Then, the entrances and the exits must be well managed, so that there's an efficient movement of the people. Then the stage area, storage areas, available equipment, cover in case of poor weather, because you have to although there's what we call force majeure, or mga unexpected situations such as strong wind, earthquake, or whatever, as an event planner, you have to have a backup for this. Then safety and security, access for emergency vehicles, and evacuation routes are very important when you inspect an event venue for your upcoming event. Okay? in event staging, of course, we imagine the venue to be very huge, having tall ceiling. We need we need this equipment so that we could set up or we could transform the event venue into a magnificent and show-stopping venue. And we need these tools and equipment. And these tools or this equipment, example of this are telescope, maxi lift or genie type lifter, cherry picker, mobile scaffolding, ladders and A-frames, and scissor lift. Imagine the benefit of having this kinds of equipment for an event. Um, you know that for big venues they have pretty much high ceiling, and it has to be decorated. You need to hang tarpaulins. You need to have canopy, cloth to transform your venue into the theme you want to portray. And these tools are very much helpful. But you have to consider with your contractor that when they use this pieces of equipment, they have to take into to consideration of their safety. Okay, so this knowledge is essential for contractor briefing and development of a specification documents for catering. So when you stage an event, you have to consider this team as well, because the catering will be the one to provide for the food and beverage for your performers, for your client, for the attendees, and also the caterers are also the one assisting you sometimes with the decoration. You need to um, provide for an efficient contract for the venue or site services and setup. Technical services, entertainers must also be there so that the program is not dull. Registration requirements and setup, because the registration team also plays a vital role for the efficient flow of your guests. Physical elements, security, media coverage. The media are also plays a vital role for your event, because they will be the one to create news or post on their various social media platforms about what's going to happen, what had happened, okay, about the event or the important scoop of your event. Then safety equipment. In event staging, the theme of an event must be supported in every aspect, including the decor, lighting, sound, and special effects. I in my life or in my experience as events coordinator, I really do like thematic events. And what I advise though for my clients is that when you establish a theme for your event, it must be in sync with all of the elements of the event. It's not just about um, the decorations being in sync with the theme of your choice, but also we have to consider the dress code for your guests, the type of food that you serve, the entertainment. All of this must be stitched together in such a way that it is incongruent with the theme of choice. And lucky for you, because in our school we have a program by which you are exercised to or you are trained to form a thematic event in line with your catering subjects. There are three mini events by which you are to organize: one for prelim, midterm, and finals. And in the many years that I am handling the catering and banquet management subject, we were able to organize various thematic events. I remember we had um, a movie themed event. Um, we had Hawaiian themed event. We had military, among others. There's so many events that we've had, and it's really a fun event. And you also consider the entertainment. There's a wide range of acts can be used to enhance the theme of an event and corporate events. In particular, it often employ interesting performers. So entertainers are not just but the singers or the dancers. There's so many forms of entertainment nowadays. There's fire dancers, there gymnasts, there's clowns, there's stealth walkers, there's ventriloquists. So it really depends on the needs of the event, but you also just the same that you also have to match the entertainment that you provide with the needs of the event and also the theme of the event. Then there's decoration or decor. It encompasses many things from the color schemes to the drapes, from props to floral arrangements. This all form parts of the decor, and decor will add an extra appeal on your event. Yan yung bumubuhay and it makes the event more memorable or beautiful, and we have a lot of great event stylists or event decorators where they are able to provide so many props and design elements into your event. It's not just about flowers, but also with the use of lights, with the use of the different fixtures, different table setups, and add other gimmickry or mga pasabog or paandar to make your event more memorable. As to layout, the layout of the event venue is clearly integral to the success of the event. So, just like with an ergonomics, you have to lay out an event in such a way that there's a smooth flow of the program. You have to make sure that the traffic or the flow of your guests is hindi sila yung nagbabanggaan, hindi masikip, hindi rin masyadong maluwag. So there should be a great layout for your event. You don't necessarily have to be an engineer to do an effective or efficient layout for your event. All you have to do is to think of what's going to happen and the many different elements of your event so that you could lay down your event or establish a floor plan layout that is that will fit for the requirements of the event. Okay, next element of the event is lighting and special effects. Lighting can be used to spectacular effect, and for this reason, events held at night provide the opportunity for more dramatic results than those held during the day. Although for day we have the natural light, sometimes we also use lights and special effects even in the morning, because as we have discussed the last time, that lights play a vital role for adding an extra layer of effect or depth to increase or enhance the beauty of your event. And there are many technologies now which are digital now, and just with one click you have an amazing light show. And later I'll be showing you a video of a special lights effect. If maybe you've heard of the projection 3D mapping technique, wherein they play with the lights and they project it on the wall to have a play of imagery and lights.